first hurdle every video editor has to overcome is earning their first $1,000. And today I'm going to help you do just that by identifying 3 simple steps to help you go from broke to paid. And make sure you stick around to the end because I have a special bonus for you if you stick around to the very end. But without further ado, let's dive into step number 1. Step number 1 is to determine your price. Before you start pitching clients, you need to decide how much you're willing to work for. What is your price per hour or per project? Now, let's be real with one another. When you're working on a high effort project, you're going to charge more than if you're working on low effort projects, and you're going to charge vastly more than a high effort or low effort project for an extreme effort project, right? It all matters about the scope and the size of the project when you are pricing out your work for clients. We have to be honest about that when we're starting out as freelance editors or at any point in our freelance editing journey. Now, if you're only doing low effort content videos and you only charge $25 per video, it's going to take you 40 videos to earn your first $1,000. That doesn't seem incredibly feasible, does it? You would have to find at least 4 clients doing 10 videos a month editing for them at $25 each, right? To earn that amount of money. And we don't want you to have to work with all X number of clients who are in the tens range to get to $1,000. That seems unrealistic and unfeasible. Instead, we want to find a nice middle ground pricing point where we can identify, oh, hey, I can charge $100 a video, do 10 videos, do that for 3 clients and earn my $1,000, right? Like that's kind of the sweet spot we want to live in, is about $100 a project so that we can get to $1,000 quicker. Because once we get to $1,000 quicker, we can scale to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and eventually into $10,000 a month with video editing just by identifying and determining our proper pricing structure. But you have to first start with that initial like $1,000. That's the barrier you have to overcome. And so sit down, map out your hourly rate and ask yourself, how many videos would it take to get to $1,000 at my current hourly rate? If it's going to take more videos than is feasible for you to do, then you need to figure out how to up your hourly rate and what that looks like to increase, right, the amount you're charging. And that might mean you have to go after different clients than you already are going after, which leads us into step 2 of figuring out how to go to $1,000. You got to find clients. Well, how do you find clients? I believe it's simple as this: personal branding. Now, you could go the route of just sending massive cold DMs on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call Elon's platform, right? Like you could go that route of sending tons of cold DMs, but I know myself and other entrepreneurs on Twitter are getting massive amounts of cold DMs on a regular basis. Some of them are very clearly spammy and taken from the same script, right? And sent over and over and over again. But others, right, are just bad DMs from video editors or from, script writers or other people who are trying to build their business and sending me this cold DM. Well, I've never worked with them. I've never seen their content, and I don't know what kind of skill level that they have. They're just sending an off the cuff cold DM. And that is a very dangerous game to kind of play in because you have to write a killer cold DM to stand out from the crowd. And while I don't think cold DMing or cold pitching, right, is dead, I do think you can actually scale to $1,000 quicker by building an effective personal brand. People don't want to work with robots, right? No one wants to work with a robot. People want to work with real individuals who they know they can trust and who they know will do an excellent job. If I wanted to work with a robot, I would pay a robot to do the work, and I could easily do that. But instead, right, an entrepreneur wants to pay a person to do the right job for them, and they want to pay a person that they can trust. So you have to build a personal brand that shows you as a real individual, that shows you as a competent individual, that shows that you have the skill set to do what you are saying you can do, right? That is what is deeply important. So master your personal brand, get very specific into your personal brand, and clients will begin to come into your funnel, right? Because you are creating lead magnets, because you are creating outreach opportunities, and because you are connecting people in your specific market. That is what it means to build a powerful personal brand so that you can get to $1,000 sooner rather than later, because that's our whole goal, right? To go from broke to paid as fast as possible. Now, step number 3 is to find your ideal client. Finding your ideal client is a difficult task. And it requires you asking some very specific questions. Questions like, what problem do you solve? Who do you solve it for? Do those people who have that problem live? How do you show up and engage with those people? How are you creating content for those people to show that you can solve their problem, right? Those are all very specific questions that are unique to solving the problem so that you can get the bag. Well, I have a framework that is built entirely around this that I can give to you entirely for free. You just have to click the link in the description, sign up for my email list, and you'll get immediate access to my broke to paid framework, which will help you identify your ideal client and go from broke to paid as fast as possible. So do yourself a favor, go down in the description, get that link, and click right here so that you can keep learning.